Okay, hi. I just wanted to give you a quick kind of recap for chapters 6 and chapter 7 of the Scarlet Pimpernel. So we begin in chapter 6 with a little bit of background about character about Percy Blakeney. We understand that he is the richest man in England, a leader of all fashions, he's very fashionable, that he married a very beautiful, fascinating, clever French wife. He, however, is completely the opposite of Marguerite. He's a little bit more dull and foppish. As we read on, we get a little bit more background about that. So one of the questions that I had when I was reading was, how did Percy score such a catch? And I'm going to have to read a little bit further in order to find out exactly when and how Percy and Marguerite met and how they developed such a passion for each other. They met when Percy was about 28, 29 years old, and Marguerite was about 24. So that gives you kind of an age difference with both of them. And down towards the bottom, in the middle of chapter 6, we see this type of tension between Percy and Marguerite. And it makes you wonder, what is the conflict or the point of argument between Percy and Marguerite? So did a little bit more research, and you're going to have to do your own research as well if you want to figure out exactly how and why they're feeling that way towards one another. In chapter 7, The Secret Orchard, Armand St. Just, Marguerite's brother, shows up, and she gets kind of like a final reunion before he goes back to France, because they're both Republicans. They're both fighting on the same side of France against the aristocracy. And it says right here, you are a Republican, so am I, and we have the same thoughts, same enthusiasm for liberty and equality, but even you think that they are going too far. This is where Marguerite addresses kind of the elephant in the room, and she knows that what they're doing in France with the killings of the French aristocracy is not right. And so my question to you is, can you draw any connections of maybe modern day revolts where maybe you identify with one side but are not fully believing in what that actions on that side are being taken against others? I just thought that was kind of curious. And we learn later down here that Marguerite did tell Percy what happened between the Marquis de Saint-Cyr, and she confessed it a little bit too late to him, and she feels that he is disgusted with her. He will not talk about the circumstances or why. He won't listen to her circumstances as to why she did what she did. And so there's kind of that pulling apart of both Percy and Marguerite. But I thought this was a really cool quote. Strange extremes meet in love's pathway. So I want you to come to class tomorrow, and I want you to kind of mull that quote over in your mind and come ready to talk about chapters 6 and 7. All right?